Well, the answer to the question, what is grace? Grace, in a sort of a popular definition, is unmerited favor and ability from God. But the word unmerited, it doesn't really communicate very well. So you might say it's a free gift. It's a gracious offer, unearned. If you could use an illustration, it would be like a mother bringing a child into the world. The little infant didn't have anything to say about its birth or its conception, but the life is a gracious gift to the child that the mother gives and that the child has nothing to say about. But he's totally dependent on it nonetheless. And an unmerited ability is much like the nurture that the child receives. The life that the child needs is derived from the mother. She feeds it and cares for it and cleans it and dresses it and makes the baby presentable. And all of those things are things that help the baby grow and become stronger and flourish and become a person, none of which the baby or the child is able to gain on its own, under its own steam. It can't go out and get a job, okay, and provide for itself, but rather its life and all of its strength is really derived from the mother. And that's really a picture of what grace is.
Grace has been huge, and it's been a huge part of my faith, just realizing that it was nothing I did to get to where I am, and it was completely by the grace of God. Even just thinking back, way back to, Paul went to Europe, and then Europe came here and started, the United States, and then I was born to the parents I was born to, raised in the school I was raised, brought to the church, and I didn't do any of that. That wasn't up to me. That was in the hands of a holy, sovereign God. So to me, grace is this beautiful thing that I received and had to do nothing to earn.
Certainly grace, the definition, understanding of it has changed for me over time. I had an acronym using the letters of grace for a while, God's reward at Christ's expense. That was kind of passed along to me, and I believe that. But I think what happened at Meadowview is that the focus changed. I was built thinking I was still earning grace, and I had built this perception that I needed to do certain things. I needed to have my daily quiet time every day without fail, and I was still a little bit in bondage to that. And then what came alive was the fact that grace was truly given.
What I mean when I say grace is that God chose to look at me, the one who had offended him in every possible way, and he chose, out of the kind intention of his will, to grant me pardon for my sin and everyday mercy. And he was not obligated to do that, and I did not deserve for him to do that. He chose to do that because he's kind and good.
Grace has been an interesting thing for me because I've grew up not understanding grace at all, and was introduced to it here initially at Meadowview some 20 years ago, but was overwhelmed when studying having a study we took years back that helped us understand how to live in grace and gave me a much clearer understanding, and was probably the most fundamental, caused the most fundamental change in my life. And at 60, that's a pretty awesome thing to say, that you changed that late, but it helped me to understand that in God's eyes, I'm as perfect as I will ever be.